Hi, my name is Reva Siebold, and I'd like to talk today about expansion as opposed to contraction. When we are expanded, we're open to life, we're open to what comes, we can deal with what comes, we have lots to draw on, we usually feel happy, confident, all the good stuff. When we're contracted, we're usually somewhat fearful, don't feel powerful, afraid. You know what it feels like to be contracted. Most of us spend lots of time during our days in contraction, anticipating, remembering, beating ourselves up, whatever makes us contract at any point in time. And the goal of, here comes my cat to help us in expansion. The goal of the Sedona method, and for me the goal of life, is all about expansion. How can I let go of the contraction and expand into all that I am, all that I want to be, all that is here, to be open to it instead of ducking. The hardest part about aging, I think, is we tend to contract. We tend to be aware of what we aren't rather than what we are and what is possible. Our body feels like it's contracting. Society's telling us we need to contract. And our minds start getting very contracted. So it's interesting to watch my glasses reflect the room. Any case, so how do we stay expanded and not contract? How do we live an expanded life? How do we open to what's possible? In my book, we do that by releasing those things that limit us. And we've talked a lot about that at various sessions, about letting go of limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts, limiting ways that we see ourselves lesser, the ways that we constrict ourselves, the ways we keep ourselves from being all that we are. Today I'd like to talk a little bit more about expansion rather than not contracting. What's expansion look like? Expansion looks like not stopping before you're done. It looks like when you're releasing, when you're letting go. Most of us stop at the place where it feels okay, and it's such a relief not to be down that we stop it where it feels okay. But if we go beyond okay and go to what might be possible, that's going higher. That's where expansion lives. It's open to the possibility to go beyond the limitations that we're not even aware of, limitations that are perceived and unperceived. It's the willingness to open and put all the cards and all the possibilities on the table. It's not something you do with your mind, it's something you do by opening your heart and knowing the truth of who you are, that you're more than the beliefs in the body. And out of that can come expansion. So in working with Sedona method and working with releasing, what it might look like is working with the issue of the limitations of the body around aging, and that you can't do what you used to do. And most of us bump into that some point, anytime after we're 40, where we can't do what we used to do. And we rail against it and push against it. So you've released on the fact that you can't play tennis, or you can't walk up a straight line with your eyes closed, or you can't unscrew the jar, whatever it is. And you've reached the point where, it's okay that you can't unscrew the jar. Yeah, it's okay. You're feeling neutral about it. Going into expansion is going into, okay, what would it mean if I didn't do that? What would it mean if I did something different? What would it mean if that isn't a limitation? What would it mean if I could joy in not screwing it and could involve someone else screwing the top on and enjoy doing it with someone else? In other words, allowing the apparent contraction to become expanded until the point where you're joyous, you're happy, you giggle about, wow, I couldn't do that, but instead I can do this, and all the possibilities of what this might lead to. I can't tell you what the this is because it comes up in the natural act of releasing and going for expansion. Acting, hoping, holding what might be possible, what is possible. So I invite you the next time you feel contracted and you do some releasing and let go of what's contracting you, to not stop there, but ask what is possible and explore what comes up and where it might take you, and keep going until you feel the expansion in your body. You feel the expansion, you know that what you are. Keep going until that truth of what you are comes up. And have fun doing it. Thank you.